let's talk some Bears, people. Let's talk some Bears. Mandatory minicamp is in the books. This will
It's
be
Clear Lane now. It's Clear Lane now. Talk to us.
okay. Yeah. This is what we're going. So, I'll explain, and then if y'all have any questions, ask away. So mandatory minicamp is a wrap. It was 3 days this week, from Tuesday to Thursday. I was there on Tuesday and Thursday. The first practice was most intense. We'll get into that in a minute. This is the last week for the vets. So the vets are done until training camp. The training camp report day is on July 20th. That is a Saturday. So there's no actual practice on that day. They'll come in, report, speak to the media, and we'll speak to everybody that day. We're gonna speak to Ryan Poles, we're gonna speak to Matt Eberflus, we're gonna speak to Caleb Williams, all the receivers, all the players. I think last year on report day we spoke to Poles, Flus, Justin, DJ, T Main, and Eddie Jackson. I think is what we spoke to last year. So, but the rookies have one more week. So Caleb has one more week, and we asked Flus why there's one more week, and he basically said QB school. So they gonna make they gonna he said get your claws up. Yeah, we throwing a claw up. Old niggas should throw a
No,
claw up. We ain't throwing a claw up, babe.
no.
But so yeah, so it'll be QB school next week for Caleb Williams and the guys. So basically, man, what I took from is this. It's not too much that you can take from actual mini camp because it's June. But I will say this: couple observations I had. One being Caleb Williams just has a natural gift when it comes to throwing the football. And I was talking to one of my media peers. I won't say his name on here, but we had a conversation. He was just like, "Look, I'm not trying to, throw dirt on Justin or whatever, but it just looks so natural. Like even like it's just so natural." And on Thursday it was very windy, and it didn't look like the wind even mattered. Like he's a very natural thrower, and he threw a couple picks this week. Threw one to T Main yesterday, threw one to Kevin Byard early in the week. But the way he bounces back, the way he, it's constant communication between him and Shane Waldron. When he messes up, he goes right to Shane Waldron. This defense is very loud. I love how Flu said, yeah, they loud, but we see basically like, yo, them niggas just see if they speak on the field. And by the way, I gotta say this about Flu. I don't know what that new makeover did to him, but he talking like an actual football coach. He
Oh,
he got persona, he got swagger in his interview in his press conferences. Now he started the press conference and he said, "Oh, what's up? It's Chicago Mafia." We was like, "Okay, Flu's got jokes." And then Courtney Cronin was like, "This recording." He said, "I'm recording too." I was like, "Okay, Flu's got a little attitude this time, but he's speaking more confident. There was a dust up on Monday, as I put in the group chat, fight in all caps like Babs from Megan the Van. But as he said, "Oh yeah, it was a whole bunch of." We said it was a whole bunch of talking, no action. So
oh.
basically, what I like to see was I think Demarcus Walker got too close to Caleb and Tevin Jenkins and Braxton Jones and niggas had a problem with it. and that's when the whole little dust up started. Which you want to see because many times last year or last 2 years, where Justin would get power drive into the floor and his offensive line looking at him like this. So it's none of that. So I think that the defense has been loud. The secondary is good. Um, Tez has not been there really all off season because he didn't practice that much, and they said they're trying to get him into game shape. Same thing with Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's like, "Man, I've been in LA. I ain't been here that much." So they didn't do too much. But I'll say that he is by the time that mid camp comes, I think that kid's gonna have that offense in the back of his head. I'm not worried about the offense whatsoever. Rome or Dunze is going to be the most open he's ever been in his entire life.
Mm.
He is going to ball out. DJ Moore has put up on 1,000 yard bounty, and all three of the wide receivers are talking about it. Keenan was like, "Yeah, we gonna see." He said, "We gonna see who gonna get 1,000." And basically, Keenan in his press conference all but said, "Oh, nigga, I want to get paid." Basically,
Yeah.
about his future with the Bears, he wants to get paid. Now he said, "Looks like the price just went up." They talking about Jetta's contract. Now I'm pretty sure Keenan knows he's not gonna get Jetta's money because it's older, but he can still get him a good deal. And so I think that was a big thing. Rome had a big camp. We asked Flus yesterday who stood out to him in camp. He said Roma Dunze. Kevin Byard is the leader of this defense. Didn't take long whatsoever. He's the leader. All of the defensive guys have like, yeah, KB, he really doing his thing. Kyler Gordon and Jalen Johnson both said that there has been a smooth transition from Bojack to Kevin Byard, that they really haven't found, that much difference as far as leadership wise. And so you have that. The Keenan Allen's like, yo, the defense is annoying. And TJ was like, yeah, we trying to be annoying. He said, but I don't really talk. That's Jaquan and them talking. So you really just feel all that going on. But I think Jaquan and the defense know, Flus knows that, yeah, we could talk on the field, but if we ain't doing it, it don't matter. Jaquan said something in his press conference yesterday after he made his way now to actually talk. Was that he said, we don't want to hear what we heard last year. Woulda, coulda, shoulda. We should have won 10 games last year. We don't want to hear that. Time is now. We need to win now. So it's a big focus on that. Jalen Johnson has told the defense their goal for the year is 20 interceptions and 20 fumbles. That's their goal for the year. And they're all going to be focused on trying to do that. I think the running backs room is going to be good. Not that I've heard anything that makes me think this, but my hot take is that Khalil Herbert's going to get cut. And not that, like I said, I've not heard from anybody.
Cut.
This is Scott Lewis's opinion. This is from nothing I've seen. This is from nothing I've been told. I just feel they're not going to go with a 3-back system because this is 2024, not 2004. It's not DVD days with Duckett, Dunn, and Vic, but they have an investment in Roshan. They drafted him. I would not be shocked if he's one of those late roster cuts. Kind of like how
not traded.
Could be a trade, maybe. Trade. Anyway, I don't think he'll be on the roster, is what I'm saying. Could be a trade. You could probably get a little something from him. Ryan Poles is going to get a defender. He's going to get another edge rusher. Whether it's going to be he actually goes out there and gets Calais Campbell or something like that. There's been a rumor of the Matthew Judon trade with New England. That would be amazing if they can do that. That's a rumor that's been floating around. But overall, good vibes this week. The Monday practice felt like training camp. Not just because it was mid-August heat out there, number one. It was mid-August heat out there. But they were just really getting at it. And I just think it's good vibes around the team. And even with the defense, Jaquan and I think it was TJ Edwards said that, we going hard at Caleb on purpose because he can't beat us. He ain't been beat nobody. But what they also, that's how you know that he's nice. Because they're like, yeah, he nice though. Like basically, I haven't seen anybody throw the ball with him. TJ said he's doing things I haven't seen rookies do. So the defense, while they're having a hard time on them, is really doing his thing. On Monday, Jalen Johnson is my favorite part of all camp. Jalen Johnson, mid full team practice, 11-on-11, came over to the media. We sitting on the side, and I quote, which one of y'all motherfuckers said Caleb went 13-14 last week? If that motherfucker runs out of bounds or scrambles, that's a win for the defense. He yelled that at us. So he's very loud on Monday. That nigga got 2 touchdowns scored on him yesterday. I ain't hear that nigga talk at all. So there's been a back and forth. And that's one thing that TJ said, like, yeah, they talk back though. And that's how we know that, they got some dog in them. Because last year the offense was not talking. I think that's just because Justin's demeanor. There was times at camp where I heard Jaquan yelling at Justin, talk nigga, like multiple times. So we already don't have that situation here. So I think I like, as far as where you can be in June, I liked what I saw this week.
I'm so happy to hear that.
The best part of that, the best part of that was the Judon rumor, because that would really get shit going. So I like what I'm hearing. I like what I've seen. Like I said, Bear Social. I don't think they showed Justin throw the ball like 5 times last year, but every time they post Caleb, he's throwing the ball down the field. So like I said, I'm interested to see.
I've seen more deep shots in OTAs and minicamp than I did all training camp last year.
I saw one where he threaded the needle in the middle yesterday.
Yeah, that one looked more impressive from the side than even that video did. Like he hit Rome one of them. He did one like on the Monday practice was rough, but he did one Mahomes like twist throw to Rome. It was like a 10-yard game, but And it was like the nigga's just talented with the ball. And then, really once he gets the cadence down, that's number one word this week. Cadence, cadence, cadence. I think it's gonna be a good season. And also, Caleb said yesterday, man, when I look around, there's so many options. I got Rome over here. I got DJ over here. I got Cole over here. I got Keenan. I got DeAndre Swift over here. He said, I think this is gonna be a really good year. And all Cole Kmet didn't really practice this week. Not that there's anything wrong. They're just being very, very precautious because it is June. But hey, man, I think it is optimistic as you can be for a mini camp in June. None of this matter to the pads get on, or as Flu said, we're in pajamas right now. I think that was one last quote Flu said. Flu says usually in OTAs and camp that they switch, like, we'll throw the first team defense at him on second team defense. He is adamant in not throwing the second team defense at Caleb. He said no, he's going against all first team. We trying to get him ready, so he got to go against all first team. I've been doing that on purpose. So Flu's been talking like a nigga with job security. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
As I said, he's gonna be here for another 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. At the very least, he's gonna be here for another 2 years. But again, if I think it was Adam Hodge who I saw say that Caleb right now is where Justin was, if not better. And that says a lot. So even if he's not what everybody predicts him to be, he is still better than what we've had.
Yeah.
And that's still an improvement. That says a lot.
Yeah.
That tells me a lot. And yeah, I say you're right. We've seen more passes on social media than we've had in quite some time. And it's not just deep throws. It's Patrick Mahomes type throws where he's doing jumps. It's the thread and the needle.
Yeah, he threw a bomb to Vivas, nigga. I forgot Vivas was on the team.
Yeah, you said you had sent that up and you had sent VJJ up in the text thread.
Yeah.
And then on social media, then you see it happen. So now it's the thought of, could these wide receivers, these younger wide receivers, or Velus, a little older, will these folks look better with Caleb as the quarterback?
Yeah.
So it makes things even a bit more interesting. So look, man, I'm happy.
They've been having a lot of Ryan Bates at center. I think Ryan Bates is gonna be center. I forgot the other dude's name, 71. He's been doing a lot, but Nate Davis is. I don't get the Nate Davis thing anymore. I'm be real with you. Like, he's been there, he's been doing individual drills, but he has not done any team drills this week. I don't know. They're not really giving us any answers. Flus is acting like it's not a big deal. Every time I see him on the field, he's talking to Flus. So I think that's a big mystery for the media. We don't know what's going on there.
Well, he ain't that good.
That's fine, Dante.
He did this in Tennessee too. This is just what he do. Like, I talked to my boy.
Okay.
Yeah, my boy who worked for the. Matter of fact, you can text Justin after this, but Justin Baker, when he worked for the Titans, Nate was there. He said, "Nah, bro, this is what he does, and he don't do anything in mini camps, damn near training camp."
That's just his vibe.
Yeah, that's just who he is.
And that kind of reminds me of what Tez said. Somebody asked Tez, I think it was Mark Potash, why Tez ain't been here doing off season. Tez like, this is my routine. He said, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm a vet basically. Like, I do what I want.
All right, man. But Tez is good.
Right, exactly. I'm with you. But
like, there's some players that deserves that treatment.
Yeah.
I ain't seen even with I'm not watching a whole bunch of Titans games, but when Nate Davis was signed, it wasn't like, holy shit. Like, it wasn't like you was signing rest in peace Larry Allen.
Who buddy going crazy? Oh, it's Dante. But yeah, I mean, so that's basically what I took from it, man. Did y'all have any questions for me? Well, because that's really all we got to training camp. There's nothing else going on.
You answered some of my questions, just how the offensive side is gelling versus this defense. Like, I see your text, you're saying that the defense is getting active, they're getting after it. I guess the question that I would pose is we've heard about the secondary, we've heard about even Gervon Dexter Sr. and how Tez feels like, he is about to unlock whatever is there and have a great season. Have you seen anything from the linebackers? It's like, well, I mean, if Kevin Byard has been the leader of the defense, historically, it's been the linebacker core that's been the people that's been the most like calling the plays, leader of the defense, and all that. So how's the linebacker core doing?
I mean, they look as good as they always been. It's kind of like business as usual for Tremaine and TJ. I feel like Tremaine had like 2 picks this week. 2 picks this week. All bad reads by Caleb. But yeah, to me, it's been business as usual. I think like my only concern with the defense really is like I've been saying for months, pass rush. They got to get Ted some help because, as we know in football, your linebackers and especially your secondary are only as good as the front seven. I understand they're expecting a lot from Gervon Dexter. I'm expecting a lot, but they need another guy, and I do believe they'll get another guy. I think they'll get another guy before training camp. Maybe week 1 of training camp, kind of like how they did Yannick Ngakoue last week. But the linebackers are it's just another dead office for TJ Edwards and Tremaine Edmonds. They look like they're going right back where they were. So it's been fun to watch. I think this is gonna be a fun season and see everything like slowly come together. But and I just say this too. Like I never thought I'd see a day where the Bears beat us black. Like I was on the sideline yesterday, and TED Talk Kevo came up to me, shook my hand. This nigga be walking around like he running for office. But TED Talk Kevo was there, and I'm looking like there's a lot of niggas on this field right now with me. Like, but he's got a lot of people in the staff who are black. A lot of the training staff is black. A lot of the people like just in the day-to-day operations are black. Of course, black coach, black general manager, black assistant general manager. So as a Bears fan, I never thought I'd see that happen. So that was like one observation that had nothing to do with football that I saw. But overall, I think it was a good week for the beloved. But I want to pivot to kind of like something you were just saying, Bang, about what Hogue said about Justin Fields, and he's already better. Did y'all listen to Ryan Pohl's podcast interview with Adam Schefter?
No, that's on my list this weekend though.
So pretty good interview. It's like 20-25 minutes. He's basically explaining his process to being hired, to the team being what it is right now, the whole battle, how close he was to sending the number 1 pick to Vegas. Vegas was a team. I forgot who the other team was. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was the Giants, but Vegas for sure was the team he was gonna send it to. For the Bryce Young draft pick trade.
Oh yeah, I was hearing that.
Yeah, so he said that went down, but Carolina asked, gave more than he thought he was gonna get. But he said a quote that got a lot of Justin fans upset. He said the big thing that made this decision for him was he feels Justin is a win-with guy. Caleb is a win because of guy, which I think something we've said on the show multiple times. He said sometimes I wake up at night and be like, yo, if we didn't do that trade, how would we been able to get to this point? So it was just kind of like a lot of reflecting for him to get to this point, and how now he feels like he's actually executing his vision that he had when he got here 2 years ago. That's pretty much the main basis of that interview. It's a good podcast. Listen.
I mean, as a general manager, that's what you want. You want somebody, and you said this. You've probably been the loudest about how like Justin is somebody that you win with, and we need somebody who we need to win because of, especially with how talented parts of this team is. So if we're looking at it like that, then and that's the blessing of being a 7-10 team, having the number 1 pick. So when you get somebody like this, that's why I believe that the expectations are higher than some people will imagine, because people are still thinking of the Bears being 3-14 and not 7-10. But when you have a talented defense, that defense is going to speed up the development process when it comes to Caleb. On the flip side of it, Justin had a lot of stuff around him. That was my biggest fear, that he had so much around him. What happens when you put him on a team that do not have much around him? When you have, Marvin Harrison Jr., when you have Chris Olave, when you have, it's a couple other players that I can name. When you have the offensive line, you have Paris Johnson Jr., when you have an offensive line that you're not getting touched, when you have all of that, you come into a team that you ain't got all of that, hey, the development curve is going to be a bit different. So I think this is a situation where if you feel like you have that somebody that you could win because of who you are or the team that you have around it, this is going to speed up the process even more, which is why they feel like, yo, we're in win now mode.
Yeah, and that was my biggest fear with the run it back thing, is if we Justin got all these pieces and he's still making the same mistakes. That's I like I've said months ago, I don't want to, beat the dead horse at this point, but that was my biggest fear for that. And to hear Poles say that, which is something that I feel like a lot of us have been thinking, that's another reason why I'm excited for Hard Knocks. We get to see more Poles. Ryan Poles is an interesting dude, cool dude. From the very small interaction I've had with him, he's a cool guy. He's not one of those general managers who treats the media like shit. Like when he's around us, he say what up. I walked past him on the way to the locker room. When he's just eating lunch, and he gave me the black man head nod. I was, because that's the moment of truth right there. When you see another fellow black man in the hallway and it's just y'all two niggas, he gave me the head nod and he kept eating his sandwich. I'm like, okay, we good. And I know I made jokes about Ted Talk Kevo, but he's a stand-up nigga, man. I ain't got no problem with Ted Talk Kevo. He makes it his duty to not just say hi to the media, but he really goes out of his way to say what's up to the black media. It's kind of like that Key and Peele sketch. You know what I'm saying? Where you do you shake the white man's hand, but he give a little bit more energy when he meet the black dude. That's what it's like when Ted Talk Kevo's around.
And paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna.